Hello and welcome to day 24 of 5 minutes for 4 weeks practicing Hiroyuki Sawano's Attack on Titan. 5 minutes for 4 weeks, FFF is a series in which I live stream myself practicing a piece for 24 days for 5 minutes a day for 6 days a week for 4 weeks. That totals the 20 days and 2 hours spread across that time to show what is possible with albeit short, consistent practice and hopefully inspire the viewer to take on tasks perhaps seen as daunting as well. So I've been working on this piece for the past not 23 days, but 23 practice days. So I don't do it on Saturdays. So I've been practicing it for an hour and 55 minutes. I have a good understanding of measures 9 through 16. This is, for anyone who didn't see the first day, this is day 20. The piece, Attack on Titan, is also the name of the anime, but the piece itself is, if anyone has seen the anime, is the song that plays when the Colossal Titan first appears. And when it's done there is much slower. It's played much slower than it is, for instance, on the CD and then elsewhere, I believe, where it appears on the piece. But I'm not using a metronome, but I'm playing it at the tempo at which I think it sounds. It's easier for me rather than trying to keep an exact tempo. But I think it's correct when I'm playing more or less. The first day I live streamed this piece. I was looking at measures. I thought it began with measure 5. I'm not doing the introduction, which is kind of the part. It's just kind of like more like dragging than when the voices come in measure 9. I thought the voices came in on measure 5, so I actually practiced measure 5 for a day. So technically, I've been only practicing this part for an hour and 50 minutes. So if need be, I need the extra 5 minutes today. I don't feel guilty doing that because, as I just mentioned, technically I have not been playing this piece for an hour 50. This part for an hour 55 minutes. I've been playing it for an hour 50 minutes. Hopefully, I won't need it, but if I do, that's the explanation. So, actually, in that case, rather than doing let me do a count up instead of a count down, because I don't want this going off in the middle if I need the extra time. How do I do yeah, okay, I just hit this button. Okay, very good. How do I clear it? Okay, very good. Anything else? I want to mute myself so that all you're hearing is the piano and not any of the clicking sounds or any background noise. So anything else? I plan on opening the book, but I do know by heart what I've been playing, so I'm probably not going to need to reference it, but if I forget for any reason, I do have it here. Anything else? Hi, Dad. Thank you for joining, and we are about ready to get started, so I'm going to mute. And like in the middle, if need be, if I hit the 5 minutes, I might just point to it and go like 5 and like indicate like, okay, I'm going past the 5, something like that. But I want to work on measures 9 through. I want to play 9 through 16. I want to work probably on 9 through 14. Try to connect it to 15, 16. I'm probably going to have a little bit of hard time with that. Work on 15, 16, and then try doing 9, and then maybe do like 14 through 16, and then try doing 9 through 16, something like that. Jerome, thank you for joining. Okay. There were two takes that were sort of close. One being the last one, which I ended like a second past, and then I hit the pause button. Another one was like a minute and a half ago. I was like at the 8:30 mark or so. I mentioned earlier because the 5 minutes on the first day of day one, we're not practicing this part, but a different measure by mistake. I said I'm okay going another 5 minutes. So all in all, this piece was practiced for 2 hours and 5 minutes, but all in all, measures 9 through 16 were practiced for 2 hours and 1 second, apparently. Um, or at least performed, so that doesn't count as practicing. The I wasn't speaking when I was playing. Usually I like to say what's going on. I was at certain points I was playing just the right-handed. I was trying to get that part right. Another point I couldn't remember what came next. Um, I looked at the sheet music, which is why I had it open. So I'm glad I had that there. And there's just what were the difficulties? It was just kind of like the left hand was finally feeling automatic, which this is why you need more than 2 hours to practice a piece. So I was finally getting comfortable with that, but the right hand was not for whatever reason. So it was just that was a little tricky. And then a lot of times I'd be playing it, then I'd be hitting the wrong chord with the right hand, so I'd be going back to the beginning. Another thing I was doing at the start was practicing measures. So I started with 9, tried to play through 16, and realized that 14 through 16 needed work. So I was working on that 13 through 16. So I was practicing that a bunch of times, and then once I felt comfortable with that, then I was trying to go 9 through 16. And what I probably should have done is try to do more takes. Like even if I made a mistake, just continue going with it and try playing until the end. I did that finally with the one at around the 8:30 mark, and then the one that I just the last take. But I did want to try. I did want to try to get it to be more accurate. Another thing I noticed, playing for 10 minutes rather than 5. I mean, I kind of knew this already, but it's a lot easier. It's not easier, sounds the right word. It's a lot. You get more done. You have twice as much time, and also, the getting into it. You might take whatever 30 seconds or a minute to like warm up. Then you only have 4 minutes left. This time, if it takes a minute, you still have 9 minutes left. So just the longer the practice sessions, the better. Which I know, and when I practice a piece on my, that's not with FFF, then I do practice for longer. With honestly, I was practicing that for maybe like an hour a day. But the point of the live stream is just just for 5 minutes, just to show you, just if you have 5 minutes on the way to work, etc. That's the point. Anyway, question I like to ask at this point. I usually only ask it if the answer is yes. Is do I plan on continuing to play this piece? I chose this piece because I do plan on. I wanted to learn because I already want to start trying to learn the whole thing so that I can play. I had 2 projects in mind. Yes, I want to continue learning this. Probably next Sunday, even I might sit down again and try to learn more of it. I might. I mean, I'm probably going to try to play these measures again, get them nice and smooth, and then probably go back to measure 1, and then play from 1 into 1 through 8, and then 1 through 16, and then go on with 17. It doesn't really matter, you can always change plans along the way. This piece, what I liked about it is that not about the piece per se, but about the piece I like a lot anyway. But the live stream, I felt that this one had a lot of me explaining what I was doing, probably because I'm more comfortable with the piano than I am with the guitar. Like I can hit any note and tell you what it is. That's a G kind of thing. But like on the guitar, it takes a little bit of thought. So I felt that because I was more comfortable, I was able to say exactly what I was doing. So that was nice. And also I think it was a lot of, because I'm more comfortable with piano, I'm able to get more done. I think the difference between day 1 and day 24 is much more pronounced. So this is a good product for 2 hours and 1 second of practice. So thank you everyone who joined today, as well as the previous 23 days. That's an idea. Thank you, Dad. So thank you all so much again. Wishing you all a great weekend, a great day and a great weekend. Shabbat shalom to those celebrating. Oh, that's long. Okay, come on, 5 minutes over. 5 minutes longer, rather. Anything else? A reminder that there is a link in the description section with a list of songs from which you can make requests. And until next time and beyond, keep practicing.